Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. It's 2024 now, it's January. I think it's time that we start talking about Halloween again. Christmas is over. I think when you get through the Christmas period, because it's just after Halloween, that not a lot of people talk about Halloween during the festive period. And I think when it hits January onwards, you start to think, do you know what, it's a new year. Halloween's not been yet. It's in October 2024. Let's get excited about Halloween. Not just the festive period for Halloween, but the movies as well and the potential TV series. Now, I know that there's not been any news on the development for the TV series as of late, and that's most likely down to the fact that it's been Christmas. If you bring out Halloween news, not just me as a YouTuber, but outlets and production companies, if they bring out trailers for a Halloween film at Christmas, nobody's going to watch it. And it's the same with the news. If they bring out news about Halloween during the Christmas period, people might see it, but they won't take note because they're too busy celebrating Christmas with their family. So I think releasing any news on Halloween is just a bad idea to do it at that time. So I think from January onwards, that's when we'll start getting drip fed some news on potential projects for the Halloween films and TV shows. Now, before Christmas and before all that, the latest update was that we were still getting Halloween films, but we were also getting Halloween TV shows. And I think before all that announcement was made, I was still in the mindset that they should do Halloween films that coincide parallel to the Halloween TV shows, and maybe we could have this multiverse or this universe where, not multiverse, this universe where they would collide and some characters from the TV shows would drip into the movies, and some characters from the movies would drip over into the TV shows so that we get to know certain characters. But I know, and it's the same with the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that if you start doing that, then what happens if you go to see a film in the cinema and you didn't watch the show, so you don't know this character at all? What I would suggest that they do is they build the characters throughout the films and the shows, so that if you're only watching the shows, you know these characters through the development in the shows. Or if you only watch the films, you know the characters through the developments from the films. But if you watch both of them, then it's just an added bonus and an added experience for you, so that maybe down the line you go, do you know what? I like the films, let me watch the shows. Or I like the shows, let me watch the films. So there's that added incentive for you to go and watch one and the other rather than just one or the other. So I think it's a benefit to the films and the shows that we coincide, but don't rely on each other to provide information. So don't show us an episode of something that's very important and then you show part of it in the movie and go, yeah, but this happened in the show. And then you'd be like, well, I don't watch the show, so how am I supposed to know? So don't leave those kind of things in either or. Give us both that we can enjoy fully. We can have that full immersive experience for both the shows and the films. I think that's the best idea to go with if you're going with the shows and the movies. Now, nothing's changed from last year to this year in terms of my opinion on how these stories will go. I still believe that if you're going with a show, don't give us a Michael Myers centric show, because I don't think Michael Myers as a character would work in a show. You just wouldn't have enough content or information to go with these shows. I think with Michael Myers, how are you going to do an 8-episode show? Let's say 8 episodes. How are you going to do a Michael Myers show? Because he's not supposed to be on screen for a certain period of time. You can't have too much Michael Myers. So then do you go into the backstory of Michael? I don't think you should do that either, because we don't want to know anything about Michael Myers' backstory other than he killed his sister at 6 years old. Unless they're going to be rewriting history and they give us a completely different backstory to Michael Myers. But by doing that, why even call it Halloween? Why even give us Michael Myers if you're going to change the fundamental parts of Michael that made Michael Michael? So don't do that either. That's why I think the show should still be the anthology style, like Season of the Witch. Give us a different story every episode that maybe ties into other episodes with a finale that gives us a kind of universe look. but give us Michael Myers within the story sometimes. So you could have a story based on John Smith, a character called John Smith, and there's a murderer called Jane Doe. And then these characters are chasing each other, etc., going throughout the episodes. But then you see Michael Myers cross paths with these characters, and you'll be like, oh, that's Michael Myers? Is he going to be part of the story? Yes and no. With him, let's say you have a scene where, this might be long-winded, but let's say you have a scene with John Smith walking about and Michael Myers walks past him. In the next movie, you could have Michael Myers in that specific scene that's Michael Myers centric, and he's going after someone, and he just happens to walk past John Smith. And if you watch both the show and the series, you'll be like, the show and the movie, sorry, you'll be like, oh, that happened in the show. That's like a different camera angle that we saw in the show. So you could have both worlds collide but not interact with each other. That's the way I'm meaning it, so that you can enjoy both the show and the movies separately, but if you watch both of them at the same time and together, you get that immersive experience and go, these are overlapping with each other. It's the stories of Haddonfield. The movies focus on Michael, and the show focuses on everything else that happens in and around Haddonfield. How great would that be? I ask how great would that be as if my idea is the best, but it's not the best. It's just my idea. But what I want to know from you guys is, what's your ideas? Do you like my idea first of all? I think that's important for this video. Do you like my idea, and do you think they should go with that? Or if not, do you have an idea? No idea is a bad idea at the moment because there's nothing going on right now. All we know is we're getting a show and we're getting a movie. We don't know the context of either or. We don't know if there's going to be a reboot of Michael, a continuation of a specific timeline, which I hope they don't really do, or an all-out remake, or even a sequel to the David Gordon Green trilogy. And I don't mean that Michael Myers is going to come back from the dead, but are we going to get a new Michael, as in, did Corey survive? Or are we going to get another killer within that timeline, where we see Allison coming back with a baby and have that whole Curse of Michael Myers look again? There's so many angles that they can go with this, that my idea is just one idea in a big pond. So what I want to know from you guys is, what is your idea? Do you have any ideas? Where would you like to see the movies go? Where would you like to see the TV show go? The TVs. So leave your ideas down below, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone